We are on your final count of tonight. Keep that applause going for the silver senior, John Bond.
What the hell is this geezer doing up past his bedtime? It's okay, I have my parents' permission. You know, I made them put it in the will. I just had a checkup. My doctor told me to avoid stress. And then he tells me that Obamacare says that I'm officially old because my blood type was discontinued. And then my son came out and told us he was gay. You know, and well, the timing was good because we needed the closet space. Religious the area was, you know. I made the mistake of telling people that I was an agnostic, you know. Well, the other night, a gang of neighbors burned this giant question mark on my lawn. I believe that's a hate crime, you know. Or maybe it isn't, I'm not sure. You know? Then my daughter called from college to say that she's changing her major to philosophy. Philosophy. Come on, as a way of making a living, I put philosophy maybe 2 notches below being a shepherd. You don't see much call for that on Craigslist, you know. Wanted, assistant existentialist. Nietzsche a must. You also be proficient in Sartre, Kierkegaard, and PowerPoint. And then the whole Cosby thing has got me all stressed out, you know. The guy is giving Quaaludes a very bad name. I mean, then there's also stress in the marriage always. You know, my wife wants a divorce, you know. So I must be doing something right. She's upset because I tried to trade her in on that Casper Cloakers thing, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I take marriage very seriously. I learned that from bitter experience. Like 15 years ago, my first wife ran off with my best friend. That's it. And I still miss him. You know, being a geezer is one thing, but now the net keeps reminding you, the web keeps reminding you how old you are, you know? And they keep, once they find out your age, they send you geezer stuff. Like every day I get a geezer thought for the day. You know, like, if it isn't broke, it's somebody else's hip. In other words, men are called, but not by their children. And then last night I got one, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where you are? And they're also sending me like helpful geezer acronyms for texting, you know, like LOL. One is like TWF, you know, texting while falling. Another is ABFF, you know, at best friend's funeral. And then one is LSHMTPO, and laugh so hard, my teeth pop. But, you know, I mean, they also send me some good stuff. They send me some geezer porn. Yeah. The first one they sent, it was Debbie does dialysis. And then that was followed by deep thrombosis. And that's just for capitalists, of course. You know, once they find out you're a geezer, they send you ads for geezer products. And I just got one for Geezer Depends. So, yeah. They're perfumed. They come in like various aromas, and they're poop activated. That's so a geezer can have an accident at a crowded party, and you'll smell like lilac. And no one will know what he did, you know, except the guy across the room who smells like citrus, you know. Try the lavender, they're really great. And then, you know, a lot of things have changed in my lifetime, you know, and the one thing was sex. You know, change is stressful. You know, everything about sex is all over the place. In my day, in the 50s, sex was like the cops. You know, never around when you needed it. Today, it's everywhere. It dominates the culture. You know, you have your transvestites, your transgenders, your transsexuals, metrosexuals, homosexuals, bisexuals, trisexuals. Now they have this new category called a quadrisexual, and that's somebody who'll do anything to anybody for a quarter. They even have this online sexual community with sitonmyfacebook.com. And then they sent me a geezer site, you know, like sex without partners. I mean, I already knew about that when I'm married, you know. But change is very stressful. I mean, take the philosophy thing with my daughter. You know, now, in my day, sex hadn't been invented yet. You know, so all we kids had to amuse ourselves was ourselves, and competition. You know, that's all we had. So if you said philosophy to us, the first thing we would say, how do you keep score? You know, so I say, Mom, I'm going to go play some philosophy with Vinnie Cavalli. Don't get dirty. Mom, it's just philosophy. And stay out of that Plato's cave. We're Catholic. Don't mommy. Last week he hit you with that Spinoza. And you went bipolar for a week. Anyway, we put on our philosophy equipment, you know, and we start playing. I think I wouldn't take a dad on him because he's very smart. Hey, Vinny, I think, therefore I am. One person. And Vinny says, no way, because if you don't think, you ain't. But you are. Then I say, yeah, I are, because you think I are, therefore I are. And then he says, no way is consciousness ontologically distinct and irreducible to elements that are properties in a semi-detached universe that causally interact with your mind. Yeah, well, fuck you! Nothing but net. Old people have sex, and we call OPS, old people sex. It's the same as young people's sex, you know, except like, you don't want to look at it. You get like wheelchairs banging into walkers, a lot of huffing and puffing and gasping, not just taking off their clothes, you know. Then they got canes getting all tangled up in IV drips, you know. It's a mess. But it can be done. You just have to have access to an oxygen tank and a lot of lubricant. I highly recommend the cherry-flavored WD-40. Much better than the stuff you get at Jiffy Lube, you know. But some guys like to go to the kitchen, you know, they get canola oil or vegetable oil, you know, something like that, and that's fine. But don't use Crisco, guys. It's a shortening. I'm in good health, in case you're wondering. I know that because I took first prize in Duke Hospital's last comic resuscitating. I won a defibrillator, a CAT scan, and a lifetime supply of Cialis. Came in the mail last week, 6 pills. I can't wait to see if I'm one of those guys who have erections that last longer than 4 hours. They say if that happens, call a doctor. Yeah! I'll be up and down the neighborhood ringing doorbells.